AGX Prom. Super grindy mods that were the cause of so many sleepless nights. I had at one point begged the Ark gods to just let me sleep. And instead they threw boss after boss at me. Just look at that thing getting all up on me, disrespecting my molecule. And for those that know me, y'all know we don't take that type of disrespect here, okay? Nah, I'm kidding. If you saw my other 100 days, you'd know I'm always getting my cinnamon buns clapped. Anyway, if y'all find yourself enjoying the video, make sure to hit that red subscribe button and a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, I do majority of my videos on a server that I host. So if you want to join or just talk to me, join the Discord. We also have a building event going on where the winner gets a cash prize. Alright, let's start the Hey yo Slime. Yeah, what's up? Don't forget to tell them to comment. Yes. Don't forget to comment your favorite moment or what you guys want to see next. Anyway, day 1. Started the day greeting a dodo with a party hat on. Then got some starter equipment and said goodbye to the birthday dodo, which I almost died to thanks to the AG Reborn mod screwing with people. See, you always take a certain amount of damage no matter what the creature is. So yikes. Knowing me, I'm gonna need tons of backup because that rebound damage will have me losing dinos like I lose arguments to my girl. Then I died from eating raw meat. Luckily I spawned right back where I had died and got some free meat from my dead body. Cannibalism for a win. I then shoved some berries where the light don't shine on this party dodo until they agreed to be my friend. Made a bola and babysat my dodo friend. Damn, Knight, you scary. I don't know if it's the mod or the map, but I can't see even my character other than his tidy whitey. But I did manage to see this little tiny baby dodo running around the beach. I couldn't find his mama, so I safely carried him away from the dangers of Ark. I then went around sickening the dodos on creatures for EXP. Then I died to the cold weather. I decided to try out a different spawn and of course, still freezing. Just keep in mind, my fort is at 80. So I yeeted myself off a cliff and spawned somewhere else. This time I found a lovely pair of paras. So I shoved a handful of berries up their butt to tame, only to get jump scared by somebody playing on the server. She handed me a bunch of kibble to help me tame, and wow, this kibble was amazing. Honestly, I've never used it before, but now I'm going to start. Then of course, after getting enough hide for my saddles, further my paras, a Diplo one-tapped all of us. That's right. Those soft teddy bears I laughed at in vanilla actually do damage. I then spent some time trying to find my stuff back, but I couldn't, so I begged for help. Finally got my things and see this really pretty horse just waiting to be ridden. Well, it decided to kick me in the face twice, I might add you, before giving up. Later I died to a alpha trike, losing all my things near a cliff, so I had to get my body back, and of course that trike is still guarding, so I have to wait until he's no longer interested and snag my things. I run into a shipwreck with loot on the floor, but a carno attacks and I have to run away. I finally turn level 20 and I start to tame some trikes. Then of course another trike gets killed by a carno, and that carno ruins the tame on every single trike I was tamed. Because of those carnos, it took some time, but I had finally got my first trike. I killed some raptors and went on a small killing streak for some levels. And of course, I almost died to a corrupted raptor not even 5 seconds later. I had found the perfect spot to settle down and the theory comes out of nowhere, killing me off my damn trike. When I came back, my trike was bodying the theory. So I just watched, grabbed some popcorn, grabbed my stuff while I was at it too, and just waited until he was done. Once he was done, we found our first rune, and I went around looking for a PT till I decided to make a tent base at this relatively safe location. I made a bed and a personal gravestone which will allow me to gather my things no matter where I die. And just to test it, I jumped off a cliff. Cause yeah, I totally did that on purpose. I tamed a Moschops and named it Ryu after somebody in my server. Later I teleported to Asgard in search of crystals, and the animation to it was really nice, so I just kind of sat there and looked at it. I got to Asgard and had to fight a hell beaver that almost killed me.
Ryu, I appreciate you. Oh my god. Yo, no, stop.
Luckily, it ran away after hearing my mighty keyboard slapping. To end the day, I got dismounted and died to a Utah raptor. So yeah, re-IP my trike. I made a pickaxe, then lost Ryu in the winter biome thanks to it getting teleported with me because the realm teleportation is a huge circle. Ran around the lava biome and I found a drop with some crazy good loot. Then ran into some corrupted survivors that spread my cheeks way past their limit and killed. Spent a lot of time trying to cross a river to get some crystal. Finally made it to a crystal mountain with metal and a statue with a red beak. I can finally progress. Knocked some dillos, but had to take the expressway back to base for some food. I tamed them up and they did some torp damage on some dodos. So I went out to tame some more things and got curb stomped by an alpha dillo. So I had to get another dillo and knocked out a shot scorpion with it. Now it was time to go organic poly hunts. And I found a nice little flock of penguins. But don't worry, those sweet little happy feet are still dancing away somewhere in heaven. Then I tamed another shock scorp and named them Shrek and Fiona because somebody told me to. After going back to base to mate them, I realized that you can't. They're unmateable. So I just sold them and went looking for a PT because a flyer will really help me out right now. I went to a random realm and wholly overspawned of bosses. And, I kind of did see a PT before I was ended horrible. Luckily, somebody gave me a lift to some, and I finally managed to tame 2, and then went drop hunting for the rest of the day. And egg rob, but kept getting sidetracked by dead dino bag drop. While watching a fight of bosses, hoping for loot, I died randomly and lost my PT. Good thing I have a backup. When I went back to the base, the boss was dead, and its bag had element. But, of course, I accidentally TP Ryu with me, and he got clapped again. RIP Ryu the second. In my frustration, I tamed a Rex and a golden dodo. I mean, these golden dodos are so overpowered. I killed some prime dodos with it, and it's just a beast. While riding around on my golden dodo, I got jump scared by somebody on a Rex. He made my little heart move a mile a minute with that. Because if I were to lose this, I'd be losing a passive generating kibble farm. They generate golden kibbles we can pretty much tame anything in this mod, and instant healing potion. So instead of being able to use it, I sold it and spent the rest of the day resource gathering and drop hunts. I did find a almost knocked out Prome Giga and knocked it out. It wouldn't eat anything it said on the spyglass, so people screamed at me on stream and told me it eats Prome meat only. So I had to level up and make the Prome bench and make a bunch of small EXPs to level up to 90 for the Prome meat. The only thing, it turns out I had to go killing for things because these boosters only work to boost your EXP. So I took Fiona out and I run into some Utah raptors that dismount me and kill me. I found a void worm egg just chilling, but as I picked it up it expired. But I had finally turned level 90, which means I can make that Prome meat. The sad part was the ingredients needed to make it are a lot of farm fruit that I don't have right now. So instead I saddled my Rex and went hide hunt for a bit. But as soon as I turned around, a corrupted deathworm had started to chomp at my trike, but was easily killed. Later, I got abused by some Brontos while out gathering organic pollen. I killed an Alpha Dodo, I went to Asgard, and saw a gas bag party. Killed a Prime Alpha Dillo that don't drop much. Went to an element spot and got killed trying to tame a mag. When I finally got a mag, it wasn't the max level that I had originally knocked out. It was a level 550. Then I lost my Rex trying to take on a skeleton trike, and that Rex was my only attacker other than the golden dodo. So I just went resource gathering. I wanted to make a grinder, and I'm not talking about the app, I'm talking about the machine. Keep your head out the gutters. So I went to the beaver dam for some organic poly and cementing paste. I found a random raptor claws present and a forest wyvern egg just chilling in the open. I fully expected it to expire when I grabbed it, but it didn't. Arc gods have blessed me today. Then I got launched off a cliff by a saber-tooth, went into a cave, got dismounted for my PT, then died. So farewell my last PT. Later I hatched my wyvern and just look at it. It's majestic. Now I had enough to make one prome food by collecting natural spawning veggies. I found my PT and a large crystal vein. Now I had enough for my grinder. Just needed to wait for the metal to smelt. So I went exploring and found a prome scorp just waiting to be tamed. I get extremely high on that good, but out of nowhere a torchbearer kills me and Shrek. I said my prayers and headed back to base, where I waited for my metal to finish. On day 14, I finally got my wyvern all hatched and made the grinder. It took us 14 days, but we moving up in the world. I grinded a bunch of things and look at all the resources we got from it. Tried out my wyvern, but he sucked, so I spec'd him in speed, and now he's my traveling friend. Now I finally had enough for one of the prome factories, which poops out resources as long as you put in gasoline. The question is, which one should I make? While pondering that question, I took my wyvern out and I lost him to some bull. A Giga did some kind of AoE randomly while I was flying by. See, I'm not crying, I have something in my eyes. I found a yellow drop, but instead I got dropped by another torchbearer. I was getting tired of these guys, so I wanted my revenge. So I knocked out a prome pirate that shoots torps at all dinos and players. I tested him out on a lot of dinos and he puts in work. So I went back home, I made some prome armor and even made a chest piece for my prome shooter. Now I wanted to test him out, so I gave him the rest of my pieces of armor and sent him out to attack a ghost broodmother, but he did no torp. I tested him out on some Morellatops, and I guess it's more of the fact that he just wasn't hitting his shot. And as he shoots, he actually gets knocked out, but still keeps shooting. So he was a funny tame, but a waste. I tamed another golden dodo that got airdropped into my base, and a dung beetle for an auto farm. I also tamed a Phiomia to accompany that dung beetle, and now I was set to make my auto farm. I went out to tame some Prome things till I spotted a tech strider with the resource gathering mouth. I kept messing up the hacking till I realized I had to left click. Finally got it, and it was amazing. I even gave it the name Big Red. Then I made an AG Reborn tech replicator, then an artifact crafter so I can take on the boss. I knocked out a Prome Giga and a Torchbearer, made some Prome food and tamed them up. The Giga took some hits, but it's fine. I just hope it's enough to take on the boss. Now, just look at my little Prome army. I took my Giga and he wasn't the best, but he was trying his best, and that's what's important. And I think I can take out the boss with this. So got him some levels and summoned in the Broodmother. This guy was chomping his cheeks like the Broodmother was a snack. It was easy pickings for him. After I went around killing things to help level him up, I decided to hunt a boss turtle now that he had some decent level. It was actually kind of easy, and I got some cool things from that. I got something called a speed and poison magic, which will turn my Prome Dino into a variant. Then I got ballsy and tried to take on another boss and got one shot. RIP. I placed a giant flag to commemorate his life. After some resource collecting, I finally had enough to make a Tef replicator, which then converted the shards to element. I got some new sword skins that looked like they came straight out of Final Fantasy. After leveling the Torchbearer, he was hitting for like 28k. That's big boy numbers, alright? So I sent him out to kill more things, including the Chief Scorpion. This guy is a beast. Then I watched him chase down a shot Giga and slap his feet. But he got killed with all my armor on him, so I had to find the body and grab my armor back, but sadly I couldn't. But it's fine. It's fine. I smiled through the tears. I finally had enough element to make the Prome element craft. Once I make this, I'll need oil, but this will help us prepare for the everything producer. Then I had a big brain moment and saw a gasoline factory. Now this will get me infinite amount of gasoline, which is what all of these benches use. So if I get all gasoline, then convert the shards to element, I'd have everything needed for all the benches. Following me so far? No? Well, don't worry, because I know what I'm talking about. I just sound dumb to make me more approachable. I made some oil and then converted it to shards, then converted those shards to elements. After I made the element Prome factory, all other ones were easy picking. I also found out you can make biotoxin in the grinder, so yeah, that is exactly what I did for some AG Reborn arrows. Went out to tame some critters with someone else on the server, like this Prome Giga. You know I had to get me another one. I took it out and killed everything I could except for the bigger dinos, like this turtle, Scorp, and Broodmother. Then I tried to take on that shot Giga again, and it dismounted me and killed me. Yeah, he did this a couple of times, till I finally lost my Giga. But the Giga had gotten him so close to death that I took out another Torchbearer to deliver that final bit of damage, only to have it die to a different Torchbearer because I accidentally bullied him. So I took out my Golden Dodo and Mag and went after it. It was not going to get away without death, but it despawned instead. So I guess I kind of won the war. I tamed the Scorpion and found out they have this upgrading option, but I need 7 more crystal fragments to make a core. I went around killing Promes till I ran into a Snowdrake, but I accidentally killed it. Then finally got enough for a core. I turned it into a lightning variant once I did. Look at it go. I named it Zeus. This thing is pretty good. It shoots a lightning beam out of its face. It's so good that I took out a Giga with one burst of lightning. Now, it was a great tame till I tried to take on some Prime Alpha Spinos and died. It's fine. I did it for you guys because I know what I'm doing, but the video needed content. I found some Griffs, and I think it's time we finally upgrade Flyer. So I got some help and knocked them out. I gave one to him and kept the poison one for me, then got another Scorpion. Now this Griff allows me to shoot off of it, so things became a lot easier. I want to see if there's like a Prome Griff somewhere here, and now while exploring I found this beautiful max level Snow Griff, and you know I had to. After I tamed that up, I tried to knock out a Prome Bone Giga, which was going well until a damn Broodmother boss teleports on me and kills my poison Griff. I did end up getting the Prome Giga, which makes up for the loss. After leveling the Giga up, I killed a Spino and it left a little gift in the form of an egg. I even killed a Griffin that did like these crazy moves but little damage. But yeah, of course I forgot to record, yeah. I made that mistake because it makes me more approachable. My tribe mate actually put a tech bubble around base, so I had to thank him for that, and I tamed a Trike and Scorp. The Trike is useless since it doesn't have an upgrade, but I'm glad at least got the Scorpion because it has a fire evolution that I think I'm gonna doubt. We also made it to Gigas and I hatched my Void and Spinal egg. I took on a Prime Alpha Shark and made a really quick work of it. Then I finally found a different prone creature in Vanaheim, which is a different biome in Fjordur. It was a bone Dodo Rex and a griffin. I tamed the Dodo Rex easily, but the griffin decided to anger a prone summoner, which summons a ton of dire bear minions. So we had a little vigil for the griffin after it got clapped. I saw a max level Scorp and some different prone bosses. I think the other dimensions might also have new prone critters as well. I also noticed that the prone summoners have the face of the one and only Kakashi from Naruto. Later I saw this prone harpy watchman, which is a big fat hell sheep. I had to stay away from that. I killed some prone Dodo Rexes. I also killed a prone griffin, then got tired of running everywhere, so I tamed a Maywing. You see, in the different biomes of Fjordur, you actually cannot fly, but a Maywing flies, so you're actually able to ride it around. And I used that to search for more critters. I found something called a Steinbjörn. It was like this giant bear with rock on it and spikes. It looked pretty cool, to be honest. I tamed a gorilla and another Dodo Rex and found a prone rock golem. It's low level, but it's a new prone, so I tried to tame it. You can passive tame. That's if you're quick enough. So it took me a couple of tries, but I got it. It looks like a metal golem, so I named her Tenten. I then upgraded the gorilla to a power Evo. Just look at that purple. Hello, sexy. But as I level up damage, I was doing close to 1 mil. See, on any other mod, I'd be like, that's amazing. But for this, dinos take damage back. So for every creature I hit, I take about 10% of the damage I dealt. So for a low health creature like this, I can literally kill my creature if I'm not careful. So I had to stay away from AG creatures. And instead, I decided to take on an Anki. You see, my teammate died right away, but this saddle was too OP and I only take 1k damage from the Anki's attack. It's just my attacks that almost kill me every single time. I finally kill it and it drops hella saddles and a heart. This will be useful later on. I got back to base and take on the dragon and gorilla, hoping to unlock transmitters, but they did not drop them. I took on another Anki, but accidentally killed my gorilla from the damage back. Leveled up my other Giga, but this time I didn't upgrade. And as I was taking on the other Anki, I still had the damage take back. I don't know why, but when you upgrade, your health gets a setback. On an unupgraded, I wasn't actually getting that much damage taken back, so I decided to go after a Unicorn Warden. He wasn't dealing much damage to me, but I was dealing absolutely nothing to him. So I gave up and went back to base and tamed a prone turtle. Then kind of went on a little Anki killing spree for more saddles and heart. I killed a prime alpha Carno, but I legit didn't get anything from them. I upgraded my backup Rilla to a lightning variant this time and went after a fluffy Reaper. I was doing baby damage, so it was a good thing my trimate had a Giga. Then went after some Spinos and Rex. One of the Rexes actually helped me unlock Tech Transmit. I also killed a Savage Giga, but I already had the stuff unlocked. After realizing that the Savage creatures were the ones that dropped Tech, I went on a little hunt, trying to unlock everything. I killed the Megalodon, some Carnos, and everything else I could find. Made some Tech Transmitters and went hunting for some Dino. I realized that prone stuff isn't spawning as much. There's a huge list of prone things that will not spawn even after a wipe, and I don't know how to fix it. So I think it's time to focus on AG. I go egg hunting and I kill a Giga for it to drop me a nice little egg. Even went up against 3 prime alphas, but only 1 was female. I hashed up my females, Alpha Spino and Rex, but then got cocky and went after Supreme Griffin that actually killed me off my Lightning Gorilla. When I came back, my Lightning Gorilla had killed it, but it dropped nothing. And my Spino was finally ready to saddle. So I took it out, level gathering, till my cinnamon buns got glazed by a whole gang of things. Honestly, when I got back, I had lost everything. I somehow died while safe in my base and in the tech bubble while I was offline. So I spent a lot of time just getting back on my feet. I had to go back out and tame some creatures now that all my amazing saddles and creatures were gone. I still have my Rex, so I tried using that for now. And this thing is OP. It has the right click that stuns and deals damage, then a fire breath that changes color. I can see why it's the dino for success in this mod. I also took out Tenten just to see how she would do, but she got too chomped by a dire bear boss. So that was one of the last prone fighters I had, so I guess I'm focusing on AG for real for now. I took on some wardens with my Trimate HG, also the one who fixed most of the spawns for us. After Warden Chubby Unicorn, I got some resources packs, but nothing else that was good. Then proceeded to clap the cheeks off this Rex that was rocking the channel's colors, that red and black. I proceeded to kill everything on the volcanic beach as payback for all those lost tames and hours spent. I ran into a robo spider chasing my cheeks, so we had to kill it. After getting rid of that nightmare fuel that is the spider, I unlocked corrupted tech gear. I ascended for extra levels, tamed a max level Prome gorilla, ran into a devil sheep that exploded into a ball of light after a few nibbles, and spawned the harpy boss, which I can't deal damage to with AG critters, so I ran away. I continued with my massacre, trying to unlock all the tech engrams and the Rex core, which I was now a high enough level to actually unlock. On my killing spree, I got this Supreme Wolf upgrade after killing this really nice looking boss. Then found a white tiger walking the beach, and I got an Evo from it as well. Dev going to make these, especially that wolf. I got a little conceited and got killed off my Rex by a fluffy dragon. Then got killed off again. And when I came back, the dragon had killed itself due to the damage back they get. Created a magic box which reads, break the boundaries of your biology, awaken your power. So you know I had to test it out. Turns out it's a boss summoner, and I'm nowhere near that just yet. So I took on Rockwell, and have to say worst boss in the game for modded. Literally did no damage to us. It just flew in the air and kept going into invincible mode after a certain amount of damage was done. Something that would have taken 2 minutes took us 15. But I got the mutators and all the tech stuff unlocked. So now it was time to go on a Wharf Chief hunt for all that good loot. I also ran into a shock Giga Mama who laid an egg for us. Then watched my tribe take on a boss. Even helped out just a bit. I killed a Robo Dragon, a Mega Crack Daddy. I took out Voltharian, a Mega Dodo Wyvern, and I evolved the Direwolf, hoping to eventually get it to Alpha since you have to passively tame them, and I can't figure out how. Now, it had a cool evolution that came out with some fire colors, but it stopped at Snow Wolf, and you couldn't upgrade it to Alpha. So I guess I have to be stuck trying to figure out how to passively tame one. And after a really long Google search, turns out it was simple. It was just a matter of fashion. I just needed an alpha hat, and now I can tame all the alphas I want. So I tamed the alpha wolf so that I can eventually turn it into that supreme wolf we took out earlier. I'm just missing one tooth, so I went on a little hunt. Then I ran into an alpha tiger and a poison drake. Yeah, bing bang, they mine now, and called him Green Goblin. Saddled the snow wolf with armor. Now it looks amazing. Honestly, after putting in some levels, these alpha dinos are pretty good. I mean, if you were to get this early on, it would help you out till you got the Rex. I even killed some Warden, like this beautiful RG, a turtle chilling on the beach, and this beach whale. Got another Rex to start breeding as well. I hatched all my eggs up, and I got 2 ice wyverns with the channel's colors, that red and black. They look amazing. I'm going to evolve one and keep the other one as a trophy. After the wyvern turned into a corrupted snow wyvern, it had another evolution to alpha, so I admired it for a bit and then started the evo process. While I waited for it to grow, I hunted down Nahagliv, the manticore boss. Now, the alpha wyvern was done, and it is blinding. Honestly, I missed that red and black, but it's fine. That 1.5 million to start isn't bad at all, but it was time for the finale. I upgraded my wolf and I named her Renga. I put some armor on her and she's amazing. She can harvest, she has an AoE attack and does this meteor fall down as well. Man, I love her. Going in the Hall of Fame for wolves, and it's just as strong as my Rex. Even took out a warden, but kept getting killed off of it, so I guess she's not the warden killer I need. I mean, I could put her on my shoulder so her AoE can still deal damage, but I'm scared that she'll deal so much damage it will get dealt back to her and kill her. On day 40, I kind of worked on my base because my current one was looking pretty sad. Now, this is what I have so far. I don't know if I have time to finish it, but right now it's pretty impressive in my opinion. And now that you've seen the Brib, I have a plan to evolve my Giga. I don't really need it, but it had the resources, so here's the Re-R evolution of the Giga. It came out as a baby, but still looks really good. I went hunting for resources after and saw this max level Dodo Rex and had to get it. It had no upgrade, so kind of a waste of resources, but I at least killed the last thing needed to upgrade my Tiger as well. So I went back to base and got me a Supreme Wolf to put next to my Renga. I named her Little Tiger, then took out the Dodo Rex for a spin, and god damn did I look down on it, but it's pretty strong. Now, it was Little Tiger's time to shine. Holy hell, she's a beast. 5 million for her special attack, 3 mil for her ground attack and the same meteor attack as Renga. Then ran into a Prime Slaughter UT. I need to kill these bosses for their hearts to eventually make my first cube dino. Now after taking care of it, I ran into a Warden of the Snow called King Daddy D-Mac, which had just won a battle against Robo Gorilla I was hunting. But of course, a server rollback caused me to lose all that progress and revert back to when I was still searching. Now Carnage is my name and grinding for resources is my game. I spent so much time just getting resources for all these Wardens and breeding my Rexes. I needed a ton of resources to spawn in these Wardens. Remember when I told you this mod was grindy? Well, it really is. And since I didn't want to spend a lot of time killing them, I bred my Rexes and went out for a little bloodbath. I made the Wardens, I leveled up my Rexes and took them on one by one. First up was the spider. It went by so quick, but we lost a lot of them in the process. I healed the rest of them up and got started on the next boss, the gorilla. This time it was quick. It didn't lose one dino luckily. Then the Manticore, which the Rex can ground with its electricity attack. Next was the Dodo Rex, which violated with its fire breath attack. It killed one of my Rexes, leaving me with only 5. I believe these last 5 are all the ones I max leveled, so if I lose these 5, that would hurt. Now the Dodo Wyvern was easy-ish since it didn't even attack. And last up was the dragon. Now this one honestly scares me, but we gonna do it anyway. I spawned it in, grounded it, and killed it. Yeah, that was that was pretty easy. It was like the Dodo Wyvern, it didn't even attack. Now it's time to craft all the ultimate creatures. First up on the list was also my first war chief, the ultimate Spider-Man. Took it out for a quick spin as well, and one of its attack did 1 billion damage. If I can do this to a boss, this would be amazing. Next up was the Manticore, and it's actually really pretty to look at, but it's kind of janky with its controls. I spawned in the gorilla next, but it went under the surface. Only way to get him out was to bait him with these sweet, sweet cheeks of mine. Nah, I'm kidding. I TP'd him to my Tri-Man space to get him out. He has some pretty cool attacks, even has an attack where he shoots a rocket from its back. Honestly though, the Dodo Rex is my favorite. On looks alone, it has my heart. And there's an ability where it summons down an explosion. Really cool. There's even a tech version. This thing looks sexy. And a heavy tech one as well. I mean, I named it Red Lightning because I felt like it deserved that name. The Dodo Wyvern has the same ability as the gorilla, which is the rocket launcher attack. And now it's time for the best one yet, the dragon. I named it Poseidon because it has this really nice blue color and took it out for a spin. Honestly, I spent a lot of time killing things with the dragon and Dodo Rex Selly. I kind of forgot about time and I was running out of it. So I tamed a Prome Dragon while I got things set for the world boss and upgrading it to electric power. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. Now it's time for Prome bosses. I TP'd Green Knob and run head first into a Prome Gorilla. Honestly thought it would be easy with the Lightning Dragon, but it is so weak. I might have to spec in power because this dragon is a disappointment. I'm just having PTSD flashes from that first powered Prome Dino we lost. Luckily for me, someone else in the server named Fresh put TPs on all the spots for every single Prome boss summoning already. I appreciate you. I TP-T1 and 3 mammoth looking bosses are waiting for me. I switched to my gorilla and man, it's not much better than my dragon with the damage dealt. Anyway, after a few minutes, I killed 1 mammoth and headed home to change the dragon to power. And I am so glad I did that. When I switched, I was doing 60k. Now I'm doing 488k. It's boss slaying time. I 3-hit a Slaughter Yudi. I can't believe I was scared of losing little homie right here. I 2-tapped a giant bear. Man, I'm in love with this dragon. Then I got killed off my dragon by a giant manticore that I couldn't damage for some reason. I was lucky enough to get to it just before it died. Now, it was time for round 2. And it's safe to say he won that exchange. I got killed off the back again and couldn't get my dragon in time either. Now I need to get my saddle back because that one was a hell of a saddle to lose. I upgraded my Rex to a legendary one since I was back at base anyway. Literally comes out OD tiny. I thought it was a runt till I saw it was still growing. Finally grows up. Damn, it's fast. 56 million once it's fully leveled. I'm gonna upgrade another one eventually, but I'm gonna make my first Prome Cube Dino. I need to kill 3 more of each dino before I can make my first. So looks like I'm gonna need a new dragon and to upgrade it to power again. I took out the legendary Rex while I looked for a new tame and damn, this thing is so fun. It has a ground attack that does 38 million in AoE. I gotta love it. Found another dragon and shot some arrows up its stinker. I don't know if it was the arrow, food, or the power cord getting shoved up his butt, but he turned into a sheep. So that was funny. So I named her Booty Goblin and went prone boss hunt. Holy hell, without that OP saddle, this thing takes so much damage. I almost lost it twice just fighting the mammoths. Now it was day 80 and I spent the entire day killing prone bosses till I had enough for my first cube dino, the Shogun level 1. This guy looks super dope, honestly looks like a samurai. Oh, that's probably why it's called the Shogun. Just realized that now. I take him out for a spin and a little revenge and get one shot by a Kamatachi boss. Are you kidding me? This booty hole, stale waffle, cigarette smelling, stank feet having game. Well, time to grind from zero again. And here we are, another cube. This time, I need a hunt for a better saddle. So I got a little TP from someone in the server, and you can upgrade versions of the cube. So I take him out to verse some mammoths, and it dies immediately again. Yeah, I hate this game. I was told that 1 was the best, but maybe it's not until you get a really good saddle for it. I think I'll make a Nidhogg or whatever it is this time. I go out to hunt some more, especially those mammoths, because I wanted revenge. I summoned a Nidhogg and it turned out to be a damn dragon. Amazing looking, and I have a saddle for it. It's pretty damn good, almost 500k with his breath attack as it ticks. So not bad, but the question is, can it stand the test of time? I take him to the dreaded mammoth spot and see if I get insta-killed again. Only does like 162k in damage, at least it didn't get insta-killed this time. Then I decided to test my might against that hell sheep and the demon Dodorex's spawn. Yeah, I lost my dragon. Do I hate my life? Why, of course I do. Now it's back to grinding bosses and prone creatures for that saddle. I literally spent so many days just killing stuff trying to get a good saddle. I mean, I literally ended with so many damn hearts but no good saddles. Like really, it's a bad day to be me. So even if I get a cube dino, they die because you need a saddle that's 10k plus for it to be good. I made the behemoth cube just to see what it was, and it turned out to be exactly what I needed, a gorilla. I have a great saddle for this already on my bone gorilla. So it's time to level up my amazing guy air. I was mindlessly killing, and that's when I saw it. The world boss spawned in. I put Prome on hold and head over to the world boss. I throw out my dinos, 2 regular alphas and my legendary just to see how much damage it deals. I set in my alphas. Now they were dealing damage, but it died immediately, so I had a go at it. I was dealing 11 million damage and was barely taking any in return. The fight lasted a total of like 1 minute. It wasn't even that big of a fight. I'm kind of wondering, is that really AG's end? I was grinding harder than my dog does on her stuffy, and all that grind for just that fight? Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. Well, Prometheus turned with a full focus on it. I took my gorilla to get some revenge on that manticore. Even with that 10k saddle, that thing was dealing massive damage to me, and I was throwing that left, right hook while chugging some potions just to survive. Then bam, I finally got my revenge. 3 cube dinos later, and I get my revenge. Next up was the Fenrir, which literally dropped in on me just to say hi. Then bye. I killed another one because they dropped so many cores. Now, I made a level 2 Nidhogg by accident, not realizing the thing I needed was a level 2 behemoth, not the dragon. But I did have a pretty damn good saddle for it, so it was now time for my revenge on those hell sheep. I named my dragon Shadow and get to hunting. I take on another manticore, and now it's time for the sheep, but couldn't damage it at all. I guess I have to swap out my creatures. I went back to base and came back with my gorilla and still no damage. I went back to base to make a manticore, hoping that this will be the game changer I leveled up to the mainland before taking it back underground. I pitted against itself just to see who would win, and I one-tapped. Too bad a damn griffin killed me off the back of it. In my defense, I have been playing for like 16 hours just to finish this mod before the server ends and we switch hosting site. My eyes and brains are hurting at this point. After getting my revenge on that griffin, we actually got enough feathers for a supreme griff. I TP'd back to base and then to the harpy, and I one-shot it. I killed it so quickly that I was still attacking the air thinking it was alive. I hunt a few more and be on my way back to base to make it ball. I summon in my house by accident and panic. I pick up all my dinos and TP the ones I can't. I come back on my Manticore but deal no damage. You see, now I'm confused. Why is it that I can deal some on some of the bosses but not on others? I tried on my Manticore and still nothing. I think I just have to give up on this boss because man, I'm tired. Not gonna lie, I admin cheat destroyed wild dinos to get it out of my base. I know some of y'all will be mad, but give me a break. It's 4 a.m. and I've been on since 10 a.m. That's like almost damn near full circle there. I'm finna go collect more hearts and move this boss summoner. Also, I guess at some point I made a Bigfoot. I have the cube, but I never use him. Anyway, it's day 95 and it's time to redo the boss. I spawn it in and of course I deal no damage and he does no damage to me. Why? Oh why? Shadow did no damage either. Neither does Big Homie. So I did a bit of research and I need to make Iris, which I guess is a cube dino. The name sounds familiar. I head back to base and craft it. Turns out to be a Dodo Rex, and I remember having a decent saddle waiting, or so I had thought, and turned out to be for a Dodo Rex. And this one takes a special saddle called Iris. Luckily, this thing is OP. You remember that spinal boss that I summoned again? Well, here's his dead body. I summoned another boss and two-shot it. I'm starting to think this Cyrus is OP. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this time I'm gonna let y'all observe the dino before he gets two-pieced. Here he is, Mr. Bigfoot. Now, say goodbye. Oh my god, holy crap, this thing is a beast. 4.9 billion health. I actually hope I don't lose my guy on this one. He runs into the water and I get scared, I can't hit him, and I have the wrong dino again. But it was just the fact that he had a bad hitbox. Otherwise, he was pretty easy. I don't think Prome dinos were supposed to be able to level till this point. For AG, I upped the levels and made stats basically default, but for Prome, I don't think you need that many levels. Well, too late. Spawned in the next box and goddamn, this is cool. It's like a holographic Sarko. Well, he was cool for the brief second he was alive at least. Last up was the dragon. Bye bye Draco. Anyway, I ran out of hearts so I had to go back hunting. For the next day, I went back to base to see if I could make the last cube with the drops of tears the bosses dropped. And I could. I crafted the cube and it took it with me to take on the next boss. This guy looks really cool. If it could fly with those rainbow wings, that would be fire. I covered my screen with all the kills and actually crashed my game. My guy was doing negative numbers like house sweat. Well, it's fine. Once I get back on, I'm gonna kill the last boss and actually be able to sleep. When I get back on, I was dead, but had enough time to get my stuff back. I leveled up my giant gorilla, but his food bar dropped as much as his health did. But I didn't have enough time to worry about that, so I summoned in the last boss and 11 trillion health. I was actually scared to go up against it, but you know mama ain't raised no punk. And 3 hits and it's dead. I thought I was in for a much more intense fight. You see, now I'm actually gonna admin cheat, resummon it back in, just so that you guys can see it attack. The first one actually also dropped 2 of each tier, so I can upgrade my Manticore and Dodo Rex so you guys can at least see those upgrades before the end of the 100 days. Anyway, this is the final boss again. And this time I'm on my Dodo Rex before I upgrade it. And sheesh, this metal man is huge. He towers over the Dodo Rex, but my attacks do nothing. I think it's actually a broken boss because he just yeeted himself off a cliff. I upgrade my Lyris and this is it. I can't even ride it because the saddle broke, but it's fine. I made the blueprint dinos from Prome, and with this, I'm done. I would need to make the rest of the Prome cubes, but I don't have enough hearts. So to end it off, I wandered around the world and visited people's places. If you stay to the end, you're in for a surprise because someone on the server actually made a Hall of Fame for the people who were the most active on. Steppa, you're goated for this. Sit back and enjoy as we take a peek. The sign says, "This is my tribute to Slime's 100 Days AG Reborn series. Big thank you to Slime for giving us this amazing server to play on. And great community to enjoy every bit of 100 days. Appreciate you, Steppa." There's another sign that says, "This is my small tribute to the server to showcase its players and to thank everyone who has made this amazing."